Thanks, Melissa, and hi, everybody. Thanks to Ada for inviting me here today to present the National Local Government Awards. At AFAC, we're the managing partner of Ada and thrilled to support these awards. And I'd like to congratulate all the finalists for their efforts for building Australia's resilience to disasters. And we've only seen so many of those over the last 2 to 3 years. There were 23 projects submitted across Australia and in the local government award category, with 5 state winners being considered for the national award today. The finalists for the National Resilient Australia Local Government Award are AdaptWest on behalf of the cities of West Torrens, Charles Sturt and Port Adelaide Enfield from South Australia for their project AdaptNow, Changing for Climate Change. Bellingen Shire Council from New South Wales for their project Community-Led Disaster Response. Longreach Regional Council from Queensland for their project COVID-19 Care Packs for the Elderly. Kentish Council from Tasmania for their project Larina Community Access. And the Shire of Mundaring from Western Australia for their project Wooroloo Bushfire 2021, 12 months on, an exhibition of community images. All of the finalist projects are profiled on the Ada website. This year, the judging panel has selected 2 winners for the Local Government Award. Our first winner of the 2022 Resilient Australia National Local Government Award is AdaptWest on behalf of the cities of West Torrens, Charles Sturt and Port Adelaide Enfield from South Australia for their project AdaptNow, Changing for Climate Change. I'd invite Jeremy Miller is joining us on stage to collect the award on behalf of AdaptWest. While he makes his way, or while he's on stage, we've got a short video about the presentation, about the project.
The project really was a cooperation between 3 local government areas in South Australia. So the city of West Torrens, Charles Sturt and Port Adelaide Enfield. Together, those areas make up the Western Adelaide Climate Change Adaptation Plan, which is known as AdaptWest. So we based the project around a hypothetical, which was a 3-week confluence or a cascade of climate-driven extreme weather that included an extreme heat episode, power outages, bushfire smoke impact, and a sort of a major storm that resulted in localised flooding across the region. In order to sort of draw out, I guess, the stories of resilience from the participants, we ran a series of workshops where we stepped them through a structured scenario, and that included a hypothetical and role-playing cards where we asked people to take on the persona of a person in the community and talk to that person in order to be able to understand these stories that they could tell. You know, we've seen a lot of impacts from climate change around Australia in the past few years with the fires and now the floods. And we wanted to take, I guess, the experience and the response to that and the empathy people felt around that and turn it into some really proactive ways in which households and businesses can adapt now to climate change. We've been able to create a resource base and build a body of work that's not just for the councils to use. So it's not just for, you know, the Western Adelaide AdaptWest councils, but it can be used by others and work it into additional settings. And those resources are freely available, and we encourage others to use, modify and adapt them to suit their own needs.
Congratulations to AdaptWest and the cities of West Torrens, Charles Sturt and Port Adelaide Enfield. What a great example of research into community recovery and how communities adapt to the growing issue of compounding emergencies. Our second winner of the 2022 Resilient Australia National Local Government Award is Bellingen Shire Council from New South Wales for their project Community-Led Disaster Response. I invite Liz Jeremy to join us on stage to collect their award. And again, we'll now watch a video about the Community-Led Disaster Resilience Project.
Looking back, I think it was one of the most amazing projects I've ever been involved in, really.
We all recognised that we were in it together and we could do better together.
I guess it all began before the pandemic was actually declared a pandemic, and we could all see disaster looming.
Not only do we live in paradise, but with COVID, we're safe up here, right? Who do we think we're kidding?
The pandemic response group was council and a whole range of community groups coming together to support the community. So we had doctors, pharmacists, a council, a neighbourhood care network. We used our youth hub and various other community groups, all of who could provide support to the community in different ways.
So we set up two things. The first one was a comprehensive website run by the Bellingen Shire Council. And the second thing, which was extraordinarily effective, was setting up a daily SMS alert system, which updated people on the location of confirmed cases.
We are awesome at helping each other. It's what we do.
And that's a fact.
You can help in big ways and small.
I think that the combination of the fires and COVID has meant that a lot more people realise that it's our responsibility to take personal responsibility at the household level and to get our emergency plans in place.
I think the most proud part is that we could all come together and work collaboratively together and put aside whatever the individual organisation issues were, recognise we can do better together to get tangible things that would really help our community.
You just join me one more time to congratulate both AdaptWest and the Bellingen Shire Council.